Welcome back to the channel. I was going through Facebook and I ran over a Sportsnet article and it was about the Vancouver Canucks. So I thought, you know what, let's do a Canucks video. I read the article. There's some agreeing to it, there's some disagreeing to it. So I'll read you the article, we'll get into stats and the injuries and what I think. So the headline reads, Canucks on brink of familiar collapse after 3 straight losses. After the Canucks loss weekend was capped off by Sunday's shattering collapse in the final 8 minutes against Columbus, the Athletics playoff projection model lowered Vancouver's chances of making the Stanley Cup tournament to 64%. 64% is pretty good still. But this highly scientific model fails to factor in few key elements like memory, fear, insecurity, and angst. When these emotions are inputted, the Canucks' playoff chances on Monday felt more like about 3% or here we go again. The gnawing sense of impending doom finally turned over 50 years in the National Hockey League without a Stanley Cup is never far from the franchise when things are good. Its dogged persistence in the market. Previous general manager Mike Gillis, whose team won 5 division titles and 2 President trophies, but still blew 2 chances to win the Stanley Cup, and in 2011 Stanley Cup blew it in 7 games. It has little to do with current GM Jim Benning and head coach Travis Green, who has transformed the Canucks into a dynamic, up-and-coming team driven by a couple of the best and most exciting young players in the game, supported by some solid mid-career professionals. And yet on Sunday, when the listing Canucks were desperate for points and in a complete control of a 3-1 lead late in the third period against the Blue Jackets, whose late surge began with 2 shots in 12 minutes, Vancouver managed to surrender 4 goals in the final 8 minutes to lose that game 5-3. Hello, darkness, my good old friend. These kind of games just don't leave you green a minute. I think it's good that we have 2 days off right now to kind of regroup and get a practice under our belt before we play another big game. When you play playoff hockey, you're going to lose a game, you're going to lose a game in overtime, and you just got to reset and get ready to play. This probably is a lot like that as far as how you feel. It's like playoff hockey right now, so I'm glad we've got a couple days here. The team took Monday off, although the coaching staff and team psychologists may have been busy. Practiced Tuesday in front of the home media and opened a 4-game homestand Wednesday night against the Arizona Coyotes, who have their own problems but are one of the 4 teams trying to run the Canucks out of a playoff spot. Before the Edmonton Oilers, 2 points ahead of Vancouver, and Nashville, 2 points behind, play each other on Monday night, the Canucks hold the first wildcard spot in the Western Conference and had 2-point playoff cushion. A month ago, it was 9 points. The Canucks suddenly on the 3-game losing streak, part of a 4-7-1 descent over the last 12 games. What makes these last 3 feel worse? Besides the inconvenient time of the year for such a slump, is almost perfectly matches the departure from the lineup of starting goalie and most valuable player Jacob Markstrom, who underwent surgery last week and is expected to miss 3 to 4 weeks in total. So there's more stuff about Saturday's loss and how Thatcher Demko let in pretty much 3 weak goals in that 4-2 loss to Toronto. And then how they acquired minor league goalie Luis Domingue, and they tried him out and didn't work. So going into the stats here, you look at Vancouver. They are sitting 34, 25, and 6, 74 points, 4th in the Pacific. Like I said in that article, they are holding the last wildcard spot. That being said, there's a huge game tonight, as it said as well, Edmonton and Nashville. Now, if you're a Canucks fan, you might want to cheer for Edmonton just because Calgary leapfrogged you and Nashville's only 2 points behind you. You don't want to be tied with Nashville as they are heating up and you guys are going down. Sorry, but that's the fact. You got to stick with it. Looking at their stats, their power penalty kill has been 79.9%. Could be better, could be a lot worse. And their power play is 24.44. So their league average in penalty kill and just over the league average in the power play unit. Now they discussed Jacob Markstrom. Sorry if it's Jakob, but I'm pretty sure it's Jacob. I'm not a Vancouver fan, sorry. But I've watched a lot of their games. So looking at their injuries, Jay Beagle, sidelined, undisclosed injury, returns day to day. Goaltender Jacob Markstrom, sidelined, lower body, week to week. So surgery 3 to 4 weeks. Brock Besser, IL, ribs out indefinitely. They don't know when he's coming back. So that's a huge blow. So 2 huge blows out of those 3 guys because you could work around Jay Beagle coming back. Michael Furland, IL, concussion, out for the rest of the season. Josh Levo, IL, knee, out for a season. So there's 2 second, third line guys there that could provide some offense throughout the playoffs, done for the season. Now, going to look at their stats here, let's start with Jacob Markstrom. You're bringing in Louis Domingue to back up Thatcher Demko, and you're asking Thatcher Demko to put up these numbers. 43 games played, 23 wins, 16 losses, 4 OT losses, at 2.75 goals against, and 918 save percentage. You're telling me you want your prospect to come in and play that kind of hockey right now? Not going to happen. He needs a taste of playing a bunch of games before this. Also, Louis Domingue, you might as well just have called up another rookie. Because he's on his downhill spiral all the way down, like you've seen. So there's one guy that really you knew before the trade deadline you were going to have to get someone. Why wouldn't you go after Robin Lehner? Why wouldn't you go after someone, no offense to Domingue, someone better? With the Seattle expansion coming up, a lot of teams are hesitant on keeping 2 good goalies together. Now you look at Brock Besser, 56 games played, 45 points. You did kind of fill his role bringing in Tyler Toffoli. Okay, so, Toffoli's not as good as Brock Besser. I'll give Besser a lot of credit. He's really good. So then you bring in Tyler Toffoli. That helps with your goal scoring, and it's proven over the last little bit that Tyler Toffoli can score for you guys. So you address that problem. Now, Michael Furland's only played 4 games, 5 points, -3. He had a terrific season in Carolina. Comes over to Vancouver. Apparently he can't do anything. So, honestly, at the trade deadline, you could have went and got someone and cheap, maybe a 4th liner that could put up some points. Now you look at Josh Levo. Not a bad season for a 3rd, 4th line guy. 36 games played, 7 goals, 12 assists, 19 points. So 19 points in 36 games. That's more than a half a point per game from a 3rd, 4th liner that's probably not costing much. I don't know what his salary is. But there you go. He's out for the season. You could have brought in a guy to replace Furland and Levo at the same time with working around the salary cap. So when in the article it said, we've seen this before. Well, it's not before. As in, yes, you guys are losing probably your 2 out of your 4 best players as Jacob Markstrom and Brock Besser. But I don't agree with Sportsnet saying, well, just because the statistics went down to 60 whatever %, that you guys are on a downfall. Toronto's a good team. You can't say Toronto's not a good team. That team is as much as I hate to say it, is really good. Not as good as Boston or Tampa Bay or whatever. They are a good team that they're not fancy with the puck. They're a shoot first team. Now Columbus, yeah, that was just a total downfall. But what do you expect with Luis Domingue in net for you guys? They're it's that thing where you're pretty much putting an AHL goalie go in and win us a game that means the most in our years so far. Like March, like end of February, March hockey means everything. You need to go actually get someone for that. And when you knew Jacob Markstrom was going to be hurt 3 to 4 weeks, I'm not saying Leonard maybe wasn't the best option, but maybe Leonard could have been that guy to come in and actually save. That way you sent Thatcher Demko down. He gets more playing time because Markstrom would come back. He develops. You got Leonard, which is on an expiring contract this year anyway. And then you got Markstrom. You got a 1-2 punch in net in case one chokes or doesn't play so well. So that's my thought about it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys later on today. Have a good one.